Welcome to the deep dive. We're here to cut through the noise and really get you the insights you need to stay ahead. Business today, I mean, it moves incredibly fast, right? And for big companies, enterprises, just the sheer amount of information, the complexity, it can feel like you're just overwhelmed trying to manage it all manually. Automation isn't really a nice to have anymore, is it? It's strategic. So, okay, let's unpack this. When we talk about automating smarter, not harder, especially in a world buzzing with AI, where do you even begin? Our mission today is to explore a really powerful open source tool. It's called n8n. We want to uncover how it's creating this powerful synergy with agentic AI platforms to really change how enterprises operate. By the end of this deep dive, you'll have a shortcut, really, to being well informed in this critical area.
Yeah, and right at the heart of this change is n8n. It's open source, launched back in 2019 by Jan Oberhauser. Think of it maybe less like just a simple pass runner and more like a central nervous system for your digital operations. Its main job, connecting things. Over 400 applications. We're talking Slack, Google Sheets, but also your big CRMs, ERPs, databases. It really connects all those different systems.
So it bridges those gaps, those silos we always hear about between the old stuff and the new cloud apps.
Exactly. It turns these separate systems into something more, well, unified, something intelligent. And what's really valuable, especially for enterprises, I think, is its flexibility. It's got this user-friendly drag-and-drop interface. So people without deep coding skills can still build powerful automations. But, and this is crucial, it also fully supports custom code, JavaScript, Python, for developers who need to dig deeper.
That dual approach sounds pretty unique, catering to both business users and developers.
It really is. It makes it super adaptable within an organization. You don't always see that.
And you mentioned deployment flexibility earlier. That's huge, right? Especially when you're talking about sensitive enterprise data. Where it lives matters.
Precisely. That's a key point. You can use their cloud version, sure. Or, and this is often the clincher for enterprises, you can self-host it. Self-hosting gives you just unparalleled control over your data. It stays in-house, secure, compliant.
Addresses those big compliance worries like GDPR, ATA.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Especially for regulated industries.
Yeah.
So the core benefits really stack up. Flexibility for different users, cost-effective because it's free, open source, no licensing fees, which drastically changes the TCO, the total cost of ownership, and of course that critical data privacy through self-hosting.
And how does it fit into the bigger AI picture then? You said it orchestrates.
Yeah, it acts like the conductor, you could say. It sets up the workflows, manages the connections between systems. This lets the more advanced agentic AI platforms do their complex decision-making like risk scoring or anomaly detection, while n8n handles the plumbing, the actual execution, across different apps. It provides that connective tissue.
Okay, that orchestration role, that seems to be what really makes n8n stand out, doesn't it? For you, the decision maker, the AI enthusiast listening, this is where it gets really interesting. What makes n8n different from, the Zapiers or the makes out there? It's not just features, is it?
No, it's more fundamental. It's really baked into its DNA, being open source. That model gives you, unmatched customization and, obviously, significant cost savings over time.
So that open source freedom is the big one. Full control, customize anything, host it yourself.
Absolutely. You can audit the code, tailor workflows exactly how you need them, run it on your own servers. That level of autonomy and transparency, you just don't get that with most proprietary tools. It's about ownership.
And it's not just about moving data. You mentioned built-in intelligence.
Right. That's another key difference. n8n isn't just a pipe moving data from A to B. It actually has built-in AI nodes, things that let you do data analysis, generate insights, classify text, extract info, right inside the workflow itself.
Oh, interesting. So you don't necessarily need a separate AI service for every little intelligent task within the automation.
Exactly. You can embed that intelligence right where it's needed in the flow. Makes things more streamlined, potentially cheaper too, rather than constant external API calls.
That is powerful. And being open source doesn't mean you're on your own, right? There's a community.
Oh, definitely. The community support is massive.
Yeah.
You've got, I think it's over 900 templates now ready to use, plus really active forums, community.n8n.io. It's a collaborative space. People share solutions, help each other out, even contribute code.
So for anyone prioritizing flexibility, security, and the power to truly innovate and build bespoke solutions, especially in complex enterprise environments, n8n sounds like a very compelling option. It's more than just plugging into something off the shelf.
Precisely. Let's maybe make it even more concrete. Think about some real-world examples, especially where n8n works hand-in-hand with agentic AI. Imagine a complex customer service scenario. Usually, lots of manual steps, easy for things to fall through the cracks. With n8n, you can transform that. A customer sends in a support ticket. Okay, n8n grabs the data, maybe it's unstructured text. It could then pass that to an agentic AI for, say, sentiment analysis or to figure out the core issue.
So the AI figures out if the customer is angry or if it's a critical bug report?
Exactly. Maybe the AI flags it as high priority churn risk.
Right.
Based on that AI output, n8n then takes over the orchestration again. It can automatically route the ticket to a senior manager. Maybe it drafts a personalized email using some info from the CRM, perhaps includes a link to a relevant help doc, maybe even a discount offer if it's a churn risk. And then it updates the CRM, logs everything, all within seconds.
Wow. Okay, that's not just simple automation. That's intelligent, proactive response at scale.
Right. It connects the insight from the AI directly to action within your business systems.
That really shows how it goes beyond just basic tasks. So for you listening, the enterprise leader or AI pro, what does this open source approach really mean strategically? Sounds like serious advantages. First, the cost, the financial agility, no big subscription fees. That must free up budget.
Hugely. That budget, usually locked into licenses, can go towards actual innovation, development, talent. It makes advanced automation accessible even for smaller teams or departments within a large enterprise. It's quite disruptive.
And that reinvestment potential is key. Then the customization you mentioned.
Yeah, full code access means you're not limited by what the vendor thinks you need. You build exactly what you need. That granular control is often where competitive advantage comes from, tailoring processes perfectly.
Okay, but let's address the flip side. Self-hosting offers great data privacy, but does it add IT overhead? Complexity. Is that a trade-off enterprises need to think about?
That's a fair point. Yes, there's definitely an initial setup.
Yeah.
Ongoing maintenance, patching, monitoring, that falls on your team if you self-host. But for many, especially in regulated fields or those handling very sensitive IP or customer data, that trade-off is absolutely worth it. You get complete data sovereignty. You control the security posture. You're not dependent on a third party's cloud security measures.
So it's about weighing that control and security against the internal resource cost.
Exactly. And for many, the control wins out. Plus, remember the community. The huge library of templates, the active forums. It's not just a nice extra. It's a real asset. It speeds up development, helps with troubleshooting. You're not just waiting on vendor support tickets. So it really boils down to transparency, flexibility, security, and the ability to build truly custom intelligent automation.
Which brings us right back to that synergy with AI.
Yes, the perfect match. Look, it's June 18th, 2025. AI-driven automation isn't some future concept. It's happening now, transforming industries. And n8n is really positioned well here. It's not just an automation tool using AI, remember. It has those built-in AI capabilities for analysis, insights, right within the flow.
That embedded intelligence.
Right. It's fundamental. So when you connect this to the bigger picture, you get this powerful integrated ecosystem. You have dedicated agentic AI platforms, maybe from big LLM providers, doing the heavy lifting on complex stuff like advanced risk modeling or deep language understanding. And then you have n8n as the orchestrator, the backbone, connecting the apps, routing the data to the AI, getting the results back, triggering the next steps in the business process.
So let me make sure I'm getting this. n8n isn't just pushing data around randomly. It's the thing that makes the AI's smart insights actually do something practical within the existing business workflow. That feels significant.
That's it, exactly.
Yeah.
It makes the AI part of a seamless end-to-end process, not just some isolated brain. And we see this playing out. Its adoption is really taking off. Startups love the cost-effectiveness. Big healthcare companies, financial institutions, they value the self-hosting and privacy. That broad adoption validates its utility. And the community, those 900-plus templates, the constant discussion, it shows it's alive and evolving.
Is it keeping up with how fast AI itself is changing?
It seems to be. They're regularly adding updates, new integrations, improving the AI nodes, staying aligned with where AI and automation are heading. It's designed to grow with you.
Okay, so wrapping this up, you should now have a much clearer picture of how a tool like n8n is really changing the game for enterprise automation. It's leveraging open source principles, integrating AI deeply, setting the stage for what's next. We've talked about the flexibility, the cost savings, the crucial data privacy you get with self-hosting. It's a strong contender for businesses focused on innovation and security. The main idea here is about automating smarter, not harder, really empowering your teams. And that synergy, n8n working with Agentic AI, that creates something more than just automation. It builds a future-ready, intelligent ecosystem for your operations, moving from just reacting to proactively driving things with AI.
Yeah, and that leaves us with a pretty interesting thought, I think, for everyone listening and navigating this space. If you really can fully control customize, and even self-host your entire intelligent automation setup. Using tools like n8n, what new levels of business agility, what competitive edges could that unlock for your organization? Things that maybe seemed impossible before. How might using this kind of private, adaptable AI orchestration, both no-code and code-capable, fundamentally change how you approach digital transformation and innovation? What efficiencies, what insights are waiting to be uncovered? Something to really mull over as you plan your next steps.